Welcome back, everybody. I got a shipment of Cubans in, so I'm going to walk you through the steps I take to authenticate them. So I've got a box of Monte Cristo, Romeo y Julieta, Joya de Monterreys, and another box of Joya de Monterreys. So let's look at these Epicure Specials to kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking at. So the very first rule about buying Cubans is number one, buy from a reputable vendor. The most secure and I guess the best way to guarantee that you're going to get authentic Cubans is by visiting an LCDH overseas, one that is certified, regulated by the Cuban government. That's going to be the best way to make sure you get cigars. There are other ways to get them in the States, and there are some more reliable vendors, but it's never a guarantee. So let's take a look at some of these boxes and see what options we have to verify authenticity. So number one on a box, you're going to have a Habano's serial number. And a lot of the times when you buy these in the States, they're going to have scratched that off because you've got gray market dealers that don't want, Cuba knowing that they're distributing on the gray market. And if that's ever scratched out, there's what they call micro printing right there, and that is a copy of that serial number. So if you're ever trying to pull a serial number off a box and that's scratched off, there's a couple other places you can get it. And then let's take a look at the sticker. Grab my UV light here. So they have UV kind of stamps on these. It's kind of hard to see with my studio lights on. And they also got these 4 little circles here. So UV, especially on modern boxes, is going to be a great indicator of authenticity. But rule number 2, no one item can fully authenticate a box of sticks. It's a culmination of all these things that allow you to kind of trust the validity of the cigars. Some of the boxes I'm getting, in fact, all 4 of these have PCC NFC stickers. And what you do is you scan that with your phone, and it pops up with a little website here from PCC giving you the box details, the serial number, and that is one way to authenticate it. But I just want to show you guys real quick how easy it is to defeat that and clone that. So this is a Flipper Zero. You can just buy these really anywhere these days. And it's basically a fancy Tamagotchi that lets you do some cool hacker shit. So let's see if we can't read this tag. And just like that, we have the UID data for this tag. And that means that we can do a couple things with it. We can save it here, which means we can write it to other stickers, and we can even emulate it. So when we go and stick our phone on there, it's going to read as if it were this tag. And so if you were to clone that data and put it in a sticker and slap it on a box that has this same serial number, then that way to validate this box is now inaccurate. And so those are kind of the steps I take on the outside of the box. If you've bought from a reputable dealer and everything else looks good, then you can actually dive into the sticks themselves. So let's take a look at some of these. I've never gotten a box that didn't have this. And it's got the kind of reactive paper that curls when it's heated. But these are extremely easy to duplicate. There have been, these have been manufactured in basically the exact same format and thrown in fake boxes for years now. So that's not entirely reputable. Let's take a look at some sticks if I can get past this paper. So this is a 10 count box of Joya de Monterrey Epicure Specials. And what you're looking for is a triple cap, which all of these have. And then you're looking for, no major defects on leaves, especially when you get into the fancier brands of Cubans like the Cohibas and the Bejiques. You're not going to have surface blemishes. And these look really good. These could have some surface blemishes, even though Joya de Monterrey in general is a kind of medium to higher end brand, and everything just looks right about these. That's where I got my humidity in my other video. You gotta go check that one out. And when you look at these bands, if you compare them to authentic photos on the websites, for example, you can go to the St. Kitts LCDH website, and they have relatively updated pictures. So you're able to then compare the fonts and the colors and all that to make sure that your sticks are, as close as you can be looking at a picture online. But the combination of all this stuff is what's going to guarantee that you have some authentic sticks. You know, if you just rely on the NFC sticker, there's potential that that's cloned. And so you have to look at everything about a box. And once you have, you know, some cumulative data that the fonts are right, the bands look right, you know, the stickers all look right. Once all that is combined, then you're able to be relatively sure that you got an authentic box. Sorry if you guys hear the wind, it's windy today. And like I said, going back to rule number 1, buy from a reputable dealer, someone who's got great reviews, who has a proven track record of delivering boxes to the end user that are authentic. And, you know, if you want to make sure you have an authentic box, just go to an LCDH overseas. Still use these kind of techniques that I'm showing you, because there have been some fakes that have made it into LCDHs. For example, in Mexico, I know there's quite a few that popped up, but it's really the only way to give yourself the best chance of getting authentic stick. Thank you guys for swinging by. If you want to see videos on these individual boxes, be sure to subscribe. Those have either been released or will be released soon, and we'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.